California.
And he's like a Frenchman, right?
Frenchman.
I mean, I don't want to...
How has Trump not commented on this? A French fire pervert? And we can't get Trump to talk about it?
Are the French also there? I mean, back then...
I don't know. Yes, I assume so. I assume that Frenchmen are at a higher percentage get weird boners about fire stuff. That's my assumption. Like forest fire perverts are probably more likely French than German.
Okay.
Here we are, Abe. Cast Iron Balls podcast about sports. My name is Bob, sitting across the way from my good friend and co-host. That's Abe. Abe doesn't care for Auburn. Do you, Abe?
I do not.
I don't care for Auburn.
Yeah, here we are. Laura's here too. How you doing tonight, Laura?
I also do not care for Auburn.
He doesn't care for Auburn.
Lori does not care for Auburn. Tonight is Thursday, October 9th, 2025. Abe, it is imperative before we get into the business of this show that we get into the business of my FanDuel betting account, which you have only so recently generously added to with your successful call of Jaguars over the Chiefs?
Yep.
On Monday
That's
night.
right.
Great call by you.
Yes. I mean, if you were riding the coattails of Jimmy Carter instead of me, you would be in the red right now. But instead...
Oh, wait. Sounds like you might have gotten a preview of this week's live dispatch from heaven somehow. Yes, you'd be in big trouble if you were betting along with Jimmy. But betting along with Abe.
That's right.
Doing all right. Exciting finish, by the way,
Yes.
to that
Hilarious.
How do you...
to that game on Monday night.
No.
That idiot Trevor Lawrence gets his little toesies stepped on and falls right over. And then he tries to get up, and he falls right over again. And then still makes it in the end zone because
really great.
Chris Jones, who's like, I guess, 45 years old now and doesn't care to finish the drill, was just kind of standing there watching the play happen instead of tackling that motherfucker.
Yeah, there are clips of him that they isolate, like, once you see him, like, in what he's doing throughout that entire play, it just looks worse and worse. But, like, if...
I haven't watched that.
Oh, it's great. He literally does not... He just gives up on the play. He just assumes, like, well, somebody else has it. Like, not it. He was playing a game of not it on the field, and it did not work.
It was impossible for me to look at anything besides Trevor Lawrence falling down the second time.
That first half of that play, like, before the success, like, just during that first period, that is like a dream sequence, like a nightmare sequence where, like, you don't have full faculties of your limbs. He must have been like freaking out. Like, oh my God. And then because you would think some 300-pound guy is going to be right on you. Like, you don't have that kind of time. They get to the...
You don't even need time. If anybody just reached out and touched a finger upon him, play over. Real quick, because we are right up against kickoff here. Eagles, Giants. Eagles
easy.
minus 7.5 on the road in New Jersey. Eagles minus 420 money line. Giants plus 330 money line. What are we doing?
Eagles. I haven't been this confident since...
Minus the points or just straight up?
What is it, 7.5?
7.5.
Thursday? Sure. Actually, you know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. This...
No, you got to be fast, Abe.
We're just doing outright win.
All right, we're going to bet $5 that the Eagles win tonight for a return of $1.19.
No. For a return of one win, I'm trying to preserve my insurmountable lead in the...
Look, this is not about your win-loss record.
Then
this is
stop
about
asking him.
my gambling account.
No, for Abe, it's about one win.
All right, well...
You're an idiot.
If they win by more than a touchdown, I'm going to be upset at you
Yes.
because that would have been an additional $4.
Right. And if not, then you will apologize. If it's like a 3-point game.
He'll never apologize.
By the way,
it's not a thing he does.
What a ridiculous thing to say. Besmirching my ability to apologize on my own podcast.
We'll find out soon enough.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's have the robot search for all the times you've done that.
I apologize all the time.
To whom?
It's never too late to apologize, as the song goes.
No, it's opposite.
The outcome of that game, or at least that last play with Trevor Lawrence, does this give you guys any pause in the college rule that's like there for safety? Because this would not be possible in college, right? You fall down.
Yeah, the name of the thing that you do in the sport is touchdown. I've always thought that it should always be that you must be touched down. in order
Somebody
to
must
score
touch you down.
and in order to be down. Like I've always wanted them to have to place the ball
Like-
onto the ground.
like
the,
rugby-
the invisible
like-
line breaking the plane.
But that's like rugby rules, right? Like you basically.
I know, but it's called touchdown. Like
That is a good
What
point.
is,
Yeah.
what is the question?
So in college football, Trevor Lawrence, when he fell down, that'd be dead ball.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah.
So like, should they change our rules? What I was throwing there in college football
I
because
don't know. I like that it's different.
no, you should have to be touched down in order to be down.
But it is funny when they just fall down.
It's funnier when the rookies in the NFL fall down. Like they make the
Yeah.
catch, like they've made this 40-yard catch falling down. Nobody touches
Yeah.
them. And then they stand up and they do the first down symbol and then drop the
Yeah.
ball and fumble is
Yeah.
what it is. Like
It's
that's
funny.
always funny.
yeah.
At least that's understandable. We were talking about the guys who run across the goal line and drop the ball before they break the plane.
No.
And that's dumb. But you could solve that problem too by forcing people to touch the ball down in the end
even
zone.
like
and then nobody would be tempted.
Even in a reception, like in the corner, like a Priest Holmes in the Super Bowl kind of thing, where it's just like bare.
All right, touch it down for one additional point.
Okay, there you go.
How about that? All right, we are solving all sorts of problems here, sports-related problems on the show tonight. As you can tell, let's check the WGAS NewsBag Sports Edition. It's time for Who Gives a Shit News Sports. All sorts of baseball stuff going on. Phillies currently lead the Dodgers 1-0 in the bottom of the seventh in Game 4 of the division series there. I was watching Dodgers-Phillies game the other night. Clayton Kershaw, who announced that he's retiring, first ballot Hall of Famer, awesome pitcher for the last, whatever it's been, 18 years or something, is at the end of things. And he's always kind of sucked in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a book.
And
That's
was,
a book on him, right? Like he has very mediocre stats in the playoffs.
Yeah, and the other night was no exception. Last night, he goes out there, and it goes okay. The first inning, he sort of gets into trouble and wriggles out of trouble. He came in what was I think it was a bullpen game for the Dodgers. They did not have anybody who was going to go the distance. And then he comes back out the next inning, and things start going immediately south, and the Phillies score a bunch of runs. And he just had this look on his face, like, why am I here? Like, why is this still happening? Why does this always happen to me? I felt kind of bad.
Oh yeah,
It was a bummer.
I didn't feel so bad for him.
That's reasonable. He's got plenty of money. LeBron James is going to miss the next month of the football season. Is this just... Sorry, not football season. He doesn't play football.
I'm confused about what you just said.
He's going to watch a lot of football over the course of the next month because he does not have to worry about being on the basketball court with his teammates out there in Los Angeles. Out 3 to 4 weeks because of sciatica, because he's an old fucking man.
That sucks.
Apparently.
Or pregnant.
Is this just punishment for having said, coming tomorrow on October 7th, the 2-year anniversary of the Israel's war against Hamas, the massacre that was Hamas's intrusion over the line there in Israel, that turned out to just be a fucking rotten Hennessy commercial.
Yes.
Is this his just desserts?
It would be fitting if so. When I saw the news that he was going to be out up to a month, and they said it was sciatica, my Google search, actually no, correction, my ChatGPT search question was, is sciatica like an old man thing or what? And they're like,
Yeah. It's also other things, but yeah.
that was basically the gist of it. It's like, it can happen at younger ages, but it's the chances go up the older you get. And so this seems to be like an old man thing. Maybe you think he's going to partake in the Hennessy for these 3 to 4 weeks, or does he need to stay in basketball shape?
I don't know. Does LeBron drink much?
I mean,
know anything about LeBron's
he's
personal
hawking the product. I don't care for people that are not drinkers and selling drink stuff. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was looking at that video, which was very bad, not good. He looks old.
Yeah.
Like I know, like just in the face, he looks like for the first time. Like I was looking at him, I was like, man, that is an old man.
Hey, man, he's
A
40 plus, you know, an old geezer.
A lot of miles on that guy. Abe, if Joe Flacco is traded to your team, you're the Bengals, and the Bengals say that the Flacco trade gives them a chance, what is the nature of that chance if you're relying on Joe Flacco in the year 2025?
See, it's curiously worded, a chance, not a good chance. You know, they never really tipped their hand as to which direction they were going. Basically, all they can hope for is to improve their current station with, Browning, right? So, like, this is better than that, but barely. Like, you're really not improving by much. I don't even know why they did this trade. Seems like Flacco, has he now played for all 4 AFC North teams? Like, I don't think he's played for the Steelers. But yeah, he's a Ravens guy. He played for the Browns and now the Bengals. It's remarkable.
At first, this is from the ESPN story about Joe Flacco to the Bengals. At first, Jamar Chase thought it was a joke when he got a call from fellow Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins with the biggest news of the week. He thought his buddy was fucking with him.
That's funny.
That it's going to be Joe Flacco.
That is awful.
He should retire.
All right. What else in the news bag here? Lots of rumors swirling about Bill Belichick and the North Carolina coaching situation down there.
They fired a guy.
There's some sort of impermissible benefits problem going on down there. I think it was a quarterback's coach who they let go. Had to take the fall.
A patsy.
There was rumors flying about that Belichick and UNC were in talks about if Belichick could find himself a soft landing somewhere, whether that be a media job or perhaps another, like an advisory gig. Presumably, he's not going to get hired on as a coach right now somewhere. But if
Why
he could
not?
find some place that would be not humiliating for him to go to, he would trigger the $1 million walk-away clause, where I think he would, if he chooses to walk away, he would owe them $1 million or something like that.
Would it be like
Something
adjusted
like that.
from his salary? I'm sure he's not going to actually pay them anything. They're trying to find a way where he could just fuck off without any further complication. No one has taken the mantle from Nick Saban to do the rehab coach thing. Like, you know, for a while, somebody drank a little too much or they left the school in a bad way. They would come to Alabama and they would, you know, some bullshit role as far as advising. And they'll be there for like a year, for half a year, and then we'll catch on somewhere else.
Or a non-bullshit role. Lance Kiffin went and was the OC there for a couple of seasons.
Right. And so, like, there isn't that option for Belichick, you know. Like, I'm sure he's got connects, but no one seems to be doing that. Kirby, I don't think, has done that for anybody yet.
I mean, he had Will Muschamp was on the defensive coaching staff and the special teams staff for a couple of years.
There you
But
go.
I think that's because Muschamp,
He still technically is.
his kid was at Georgia. I think Muschamp left. I think he's done.
Is he done, or is he done with Georgia? Is he somewhere?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think he's not anywhere else. If he's done, then
I'm pretty sure he's done.
it's like his kids are in high school and he wants to go do.
No, he had a kid on the team, I think. Anyway, you're right. I can't imagine another coaching gig where Belichick could land and like rehabilitate himself. That's
Right.
it's not really his style
Yeah.
to go and debase himself in that way. He did a bunch of Manning cast work last year.
Yeah, so like, where would he fit? Would he be a studio guy? He wouldn't want to like replace like Sanchez, you know, to be like a third tier color man, right? He would.
He's just so joyless.
Oh, that would be really good. If he had like a 15-year career from now until he was 90 as Dan
That's
Beardorf,
right. He could be.
calling the fourth CBS game every week. He's got Jags Browns at 1:00. I still think he walks. I think
Like nowhere.
I said
Like
a couple weeks ago, I think that he walks. He pays his $1 million and he's out of here before
A
Thanksgiving.
hard landing or soft? Is he landing somewhere? Or what's the deal?
I don't know. I don't think he's got another job. I think this
but
is it.
He doesn't need money. He has money.
He wants in the
So
game.
you're
I understand that, but he he could watch. It's fun to just watch.
You're calling it, Bob? You're thinking this is the last stop for Belichick? No more head coaching gigs?
Yeah, I don't know who hires him at this point.
Yeah, who's desperate enough to... I don't know.
What else is going on in the world of sport here? Turning point, there's a lot of Super Bowl halftime chatter because of what happened where the NFL using, is it like Jay-Z's production company in consult with Apple Music and the NFL, they all make this decision together.
Is this a lifetime deal? Like, when did he... Like, how long has this deal been in effect? Like, since...
Been a while,
right?
right? I think since Apple Music took over from Pepsi as the... Right, because Pepsi used to be the
It
long
was the
time
Pepsi Super Bowl
Yeah,
halftime
Super
show,
Bowl
as
halftime
long as I can
sponsor.
remember.
and then Apple Music took over, and I think it's been Jay-Z and Rock Nation or what have you ever since. But they chose Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny had said some mean things about Donald Trump's immigration policies in the last couple of months.
He also...
What did he say that was mean?
He also he did like a residency in Puerto Rico, and like I think he was asked like, how come on your tour you're doing a residency in Puerto Rico and then some dates in countries other than the U.S., like the mainland U.S., and he said something about like he didn't feel that it was safe for his fans to attend his concert without some hoodlums coming to take him over, and so that was like part of the disparaging remarks towards the administration.
According to USA Today here, he imitated Trump's voice to criticize Trump's immigration policies in a music video. And Christy Noam, she took that personally, as did Corey Lewandowski. It's exactly, I mean, if you're pissing off Corey Lewandowski and Christy Noam, you must be doing something right.
Do you really need to swing at every pitch? Like every... like slight perceived or otherwise must be responded to by some like official? Like it seems kind of weird, even for this administration.
Quote, there is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally. Not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. Corey Lewandowski, chief advisor to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, said during an appearance on The Benny Show, hosted by the conservative podcaster Benny Johnson. Quote, we will find you, we will apprehend you, we will put you in a detention facility, and we will deport you.
Rude. Deport him? Deport who?
The illegals who are excited about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, my God.
Trump said, I don't know who he is, which is classic Trump. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. They blame it on some promoter they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Wasn't Corey Lewandowski apparently porking Kristi Noem? Wasn't that a rumor? And now
Porking?
I thought
it
was
having an affair with in a physical
I
way.
thought it was Hope Hicks.
There's no way that he was. No.
Oh, really?
I do not accept
Wrong show.
that Corey Lewandowski could pull Hope Hicks. As much of a weirdo as Hope Hicks must be, granted.
If you Google Hope Hicks, Google will fill out and Corey Lewandowski. I didn't look at anything, but
No. Hope Hicks space. Let's see. Fiance, husband, today, age, wedding, and
look at that.
Corey Lewandowski
There it is.
comes in just above Wiki and images.
Perhaps an apology to Corey. You know,
Sports.
very charming dude. Apparently.
Taylor Swift
That's not sports.
She was
You're
asked-
doing sports wrong.
She was asked why she wasn't interested in the Super Bowl halftime show on the Jimmy Fallon program. Swift dismissed rumors that she turned down the Super Bowl halftime show due to ownership rights of performance footage in an interview on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on Monday. Some thought Swift could have been a frontrunner for Super Bowl 60, but Swift seemed to clarify that no formal offer was ever made. They sometimes will call and say, how does she feel about the Super Bowl? And that's not an official offer or a conference room conversation, Swift said. We're always able to tell him, referring to Jay-Z, the truth, which is that I am in love with a guy, this is Travis Kelce, who does that sport on that actual field. That is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous. The whole season, I am locked in on what that man is doing on the field. Swift has been a regular attendee at Kansas City Chiefs games since she began dating tight end Travis Kelce in 2023. She said 2020, it's less than 2 years and they're already getting married? All right. She said Kelce would love for her to do the Super Bowl, but she is choosing not to. Quote, can you imagine if he's out there every single week putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high pressure, very high intensity sport? And I'm like, I wonder what my choreo should be. Swift joked. I'm just locked in.
Locked into what?
The football and her husband's or fiance's health and safety, apparently.
The Kansas City peak is past, so it's not like there's a guarantee that he's going to be playing.
Out there every single week, putting his life on the line. What does she think is happening out there on the field?
Well, there was that guy who almost died.
Yeah. He could one day find himself in a violent confrontation with a grease collector in Indianapolis. That's what happens to football players out there every fucking week. Speaking of the Super Bowl halftime show, Turning Point USA, a group founded by Charlie Kirk, announces that the Super Bowl will have some counter-programming during halftime. Not just the Puppy Bowl any longer, if you don't want to watch the anti-American, anti-Trump Bad Bunny performance. You can opt to watch Turning Point content during that time, apparently. Because, as you say, Abe, you have to swing at every single pitch in the culture war.
So this is not a positive development because this is going to be a thing going forward unless it's like embarrassingly bad.
No, especially if it's embarrassingly bad, it will be a thing going forward. Not unless it is.
Oh, you think? Okay.
The worse it is, the more likely it will be to maintain.
So, the Super Bowl draws a lot of eyeballs, and I don't know what the rating is for the Puppy Bowl because that's like the most popular of these alternative programming things during halftime. Right.
Which, by the way, they air all day long, starting at like noon, and it's just on repeat.
Oh, really? So
forever.
You don't need to switch over. You can watch it as you're waiting for the.
Well, they show all the old ones.
Okay. So I do wonder. There, people are not changing the channel. You have 20 minutes to either see the show, and a lot of people watch the Super Bowl to watch commercials and the performance, right?
Right, and as I recall, the high point in almost every single Super Bowl is kickoff and then halftime. Right. That's when the most eyeballs are there.
And like, who's the draw? Like, are they getting like Kelsey Grammer or something? Like, who's like okay, why am I watching Turning Points? Like, there needs to be like a name, right?
And Kelsey Grammer is who you think of?
He's a famous conservative who.
I would switch over.
Not famous to
me. If he was like, I'm gonna do like Frasier sounds and like sideshow Bob sounds, I would switch it over. I don't really care about this.
How about
Bad Bunny.
Kelsey Grammer in character as Sideshow Bob doing color commentary for the Puppy?
But I could record it and watch it later. I don't need to not watch the Super Bowl, a live event that everyone's watching.
That would be enough for me to switch over. I'm not the biggest I enjoy Bad Bunny just as much as the next person. But come on, Sideshow.
I bet you don't.
But come on, Sideshow Bob.
He sings, raps, or whatever, primarily in Spanish, Abe, which I know you are constitutionally opposed to.
Right.
Yes, child. Giants up 14-3 is the report from upstairs.
Weren't you wanting me to see? Come on, you got to listen to my ways.
This is only tangentially related to the question about like to whom does the alternative conservative programming appeal for the halftime show. So bear with me here, but I see a connection. Jerry Jones was fined $250,000 this week because he flipped the bird at a Cowboys game last weekend. They were in New York, right? I think playing the Jets. I mean, so I know he's cranky. It's like, man, we don't have to go to this fucking New Jersey stadium enough times. So you have to schedule us to play the Jets as well. But he's apparently having a good old time up there and gave the bird to a Jets fan, which I've never identified more with Jerry Jones in my entire life.
Was this a good-natured middle finger, or was this like...
By the video, it appeared to be like the boys having a good time. Not the boys like the Cowboys, but like, the guys.
He was smiling.
He was smiling, having a time. And you know what's fun? Being around a bunch of obnoxious Jets fans and good-naturedly giving them the bird and telling them to fuck off.
Sure, they were eating it up, Holy shit, there's old man
of
Jerry
course.
Jones.
Perfectly reasonable thing to do. When asked about it later, he said, yeah, I inadvertently flipped the bird. I was trying to give him a thumbs up. Which is an obviously...
Me too.
It's an obviously implausible
As
defense.
you age, Bob, you no longer have as full command of your fingers,
The fine motor skills?
So I think you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's right.
I suspect that he knew exactly what he was doing. And further, not to go full Trump here and full locker room talk excuse, it was fine actually, and it was good that Jerry Jones was flipping people the bird at Giants Stadium, or excuse me, MetLife Stadium, while the Jets were there.
What offense officially does this fall under? Like, what rule of the NFL does this violate?
I don't know. Don't they have a rule about sinning against the shield or something like essentially that?
Okay, one of those things. Okay, so basically it's a
conduct detrimental to the good. That good reputation of the National Football League.
The same league. If you cut to any like if they had cameras pointed to the upper bowl of the stadiums, you'd see a lot of fights. Every time I see on social media, there's always
but those are the huddled masses, the plebeians.
But
the owners have to be on good behavior.
That's the crowd they're bringing. So $250,000 is. I'm sure there's some sort of precedent where somebody else was charged that, so they have to do the same, because that seems like a lot.
There was in the story, there was something about an owner 25 years ago getting fined a similar amount of money for foul language or something, for telling a fan to fuck off or something. But,
so I take it the hand...
Inflation did not carry over in this case, apparently.
This is a stupid question to ask, but do you imagine there are tiered levels for hand gestures? Do you think the middle finger is higher than some Italian, there universally there's other hand gestures where people do flick the chin thing.
What about the jerk off motion?
Yeah.
Would the jerk off motion get you something more than $250,000?
The balls thing, sometimes
the big balls thing. Yeah,
I do wonder if there's any difference.
I think that it is. I think that I've described the Donald Trump presidency as, or the weird thing about Trump is that he's this, it's a bleeped out expletive, because he is a garish and foul character himself, right? He's a grotesque. He's an American grotesque in every way, and he's always hinting at the nasty thing without actually saying the nasty thing. But it's why I never care for.
Auburn,
when it says F -- on the page, or any bleeped expletive or semi-censored thing that incepts the thing in your head anyway, any euphemism in that fashion. It's why it's different for me to hear the thing in my brain rather than hear it out loud. I've never
and there's
understood
not even any latency. It's the message is received just as fast either way. It's
louder, right? To be clear, it's louder when you censor it because that's just the nature of it, right? And so there's something old school and stupid performative about the NFL getting all haughtily offended by Jerry Jones having a good old time with some Jets fans and flipping them the bird. Who is that satisfying? Like you were asking, who is the audience for Charlie Kirk's organization's halftime show alternative presentation. It's sort of unimaginable. Who is the audience who like appreciates the fact that Jerry Jones, because some idiot took a video and posted it to Twitter of him flipping the bird to some Jets fan, getting fined $250,000? Like, who does that satisfy? And is it as dumb as the NFL is convinced that like Jake from State Farm is going to be upset that a middle finger was raised, and now State Farm doesn't want to be associated with an organization that is okay? Or am I? What I should be doing is saying, should I be appreciating, given that this is also sort of a Trump conversation, should I be appreciating that the NFL is standing up for like some basic norms of common decency, even though I find it fucking ridiculous.
Because you're always complaining that Pat McAfee says "fuck" on game day.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
that's
like, well, where did it used to be? We used to not be able to do that.
If somebody took video of Pat McAfee interacting with a fan where he was saying "fuck" and then put it on Twitter, and then ESPN wanted to fine him $250,000, I'd be like, "What the fuck? What are we doing here? Let this guy live." But it's not like Jerry Jones went on 60 Minutes and gave Leslie Stahl the finger or something. Like then I could see them getting upset. He didn't tell Judy Woodruff of the PBS NewsHour to fuck off. He told a Jets fan to fuck off. And so, I'll admit, I'm of two minds here, and I only discovered my second mind as we were talking through it. But like, should I be semi-appreciative of the NFL for saying, look, it's not a big deal. It's to a billionaire who owns a team that's worth $10 billion. This is pocket change, essentially, and probably it just goes into like the fund, right? Like it's not actually money that's coming out of Jerry Jones's whatever.
$13 billion.
So like, is it fine actually? And the NFL should do this sort of semi-fake PC thing of saying let's not have this. Essentially.
Right. I think I mean, on the surface, it's like an overreaction, but I think because of the precedent, like if there wasn't like a previous incident, this would probably be like a much smaller fine. But it's like we can't be inconsistent too, because somebody will call us out on that. So they're kind of like hemmed in.
I mean, remember Marge Schott was like an actual Nazi or something, right? Like the
It's better than making him apologize or something. Yeah. Like it's just, dude, you can't do that.
Right.
Pay us money.
Yeah. So I think I'm on both sides of this. I think I appreciate Jerry Jones not believably saying, "No, I was trying to give him a thumbs up, but I'm old, so the middle finger went up instead." At the same time that okay, we can't have this. All right. That, I think, will wrap up the WGAS News Sports Bag. That was Who Gives a Shit News Sports Edition. It's now time, as it always is, this time of the week, to roll into the best game in every time slot.
Geez. They're all at 7 o'clock.
And Lori, spoiler heavy here. Yes. But let's go ahead and start with noon on Saturday, because I could not find a Friday night game that was worthy of inclusion on this list because of how good Saturday is. So feel free to do something else with your Friday night. But come Saturday morning, or noon rather, the big noon kickoff is on Fox. It is Ohio State minus 14.5 points at number 17, Illinois. Illinois, of course, lost to Indiana a couple of weeks ago by 53 points. But
you're saying that's the best game in that time slot?
I think that is undeniably the most important game to watch at noon, yes. There's a good game on the second TV. I will grant that fact. But Ohio State needs to prove that they are the number one team in the country. And they are favored by 2 touchdowns, 14.5 points. And if they struggle against Illinois, if Illinois shows up at home and is stout, because Ohio State has not had much competition up to this point. So this is, I think, their first true test of the season.
It's a 2-score deficit. Is Illinois the one that got clobbered by another I team?
Yeah.
By Indiana, a couple weeks ago.
So
But then they beat USC last week.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they fare. Is this where Big Noon is? This is like a big the game that goes into that.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, unless probably because game day's in Oregon,
Yeah,
right?
they're in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's the main game, I think, at noon. Ohio State, Illinois.
You have that over the other noon game.
Second TV.
Wow.
Number 8, Alabama, at number 14, Mizzou. Alabama, the 2.5-point favorite on the road at Missouri. Is that the game? Am I missing another one?
No, that's the
one.
one.
But I'm surprised that you have the Ohio State Illinois game.
I've seen a lot of Alabama football already this
Alabama,
season.
yes, but okay. I'll be honest. I don't know if I've seen any Mizzou football so far.
I think we've seen about a game.
We haven't watched any football with Abe,
altogether.
so
That's true.
don't tell Abe what he's
I'm not
seen.
telling Abe. I'm just saying. I'm thinking for myself. I know that I've seen some Mizzou
A
football.
little Mizzou, South Carolina that night.
Okay. Yeah, so like that, I'm interested in that. Like, I mean, it's a 2.5-point spread, so it'll be interesting to see like which Alabama shows up. They're on the road as opposed to being at home like they were with Vandy. So like, I don't know.
There's a the reason is that there's always the danger that Alabama wins that game like 35-13 or something.
Yeah.
You know, like so. I'm not going to make that my number one.
I mean,
it's true of the other one too.
It's also possible of the other one.
Right, but I know what Alabama is capable of. I don't know yet what Julian Sayin and Ohio State are truly capable of yet, and maybe Illinois will give them trouble.
The ticket price dictates it. $86 get-in price for the Ohio State game, $145 for the Mizzou game.
Yeah. If Illinois had not been utterly humiliated a couple of weeks ago, it would be another story, I think. But yeah, I think it's an interesting game, and I think I said on Monday that I'm sort of disappointed that it's a nooner instead of a bit later in the day when everybody get well lubricated and excited for things. But
do you not? I mean, I know we're going to go to the other time slots, but this is a nice sequence of games. You know, like
we needed it.
Each
noon.
window has like a nice couple of games.
Each window has at least a couple, and then things get completely out of hand in the evening. Yeah. All right, 3:30. That 3:30 window. Primary television, probably the game of the weekend. Number 7, Indiana, plus a touchdown and a half a point.
listed as probable now.
At number 3, Oregon. I'm sorry, what did you say?
John Mateer now listed as probable.
We'll get to that game in just a moment.
Oh.
I mean, it just happened.
But the game of the weekend is Indiana. Kurt Signetti, the thirsty dirtbag, heading out to Oregon to face off against old-timey bank robber and trailer park slut Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks. I think that's going to be a very fun game, and I will not be surprised if Indiana pulls off a massive upset. I'm sort of excited about it.
That would be great. I am looking forward to this game because I would like to see how Indiana fares. Like, I think Oregon is a better team, but I just want to see how they fare going out to Oregon in Eugene and see how they do.
This also feels like the sort of game that Oregon can lose in the regular season and survive and still make the playoffs. Like it would be fine. And Indiana needs this. Indiana needs it more than Oregon does. I think.
Losing a top 10 game matchup, you're fine, Oregon. But yeah, I mean, I think Oregon's still better. So it doesn't matter how.
Yeah, and this is a program-defining win for Indiana, conceivably. At that same time, though, we're going to need the second television on, and we're going to need a double box. You could argue that you only need the second TV, but I think it warrants a double box here. Perhaps you will disagree with me. Number 6, Oklahoma, plus 1.5 points at Texas on ABC. Oh, speaking of, let's go back half a step. CBS finally getting their just due. As I was upset last week about how bad the CBS slate of games has been, and they get the game of the week this week. Indiana traveling to Oregon, so good for them. Get some. I can get mad at Gary Danielson all over again. It's been so long. Anyway, on ABC, Oklahoma at Texas. It's
I mean,
the
you act
red.
like we're going to be watching any of them. You're going to be at a fucking baseball game.
That's true. I'm going to be umpiring baseball games on Saturday. It's very frustrating.
Really horrible scheduling.
You're
you
missing
did.
out this 3:30 window.
I'm missing the 3:30 window. All right, it's what's happening.
Oh man.
And the noon window because of soccer.
As long as you get the Auburn game, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just fucked up this season.
Anyway,
you should let me do it next year.
Oh yeah, just let you make all of the schedules
Yes.
for baseball.
If you can't play Sunday, fuck off. That's
not-
how you make a
that's
schedule.
not how this works.
Bob, become a Jehovah's Witness in name only and tell them Saturdays are a no-no.
I mean, we could just go Jews
I guess
in
that'd be
name
much
only.
shorter of a distance. Yes, you could do that.
Yeah, we're already 3/4 of us in the household are technically already there.
I tried to explain this to him already. It doesn't work.
Anyway, Lori mentioned that John Mateer now listed as probable. Man, I hope you got your bets in before John Mateer was listed as probable. My guess was that Mateer was always going to play. Oklahoma, the underdog in this game before Mateer. I assume that line has changed. I'm gonna pull it up right
It's like
now.
1.5 now.
because it happens
I
very
think
What
so.
was
quickly.
it
think
before? I
it's
mean, it's
1.5.
currently 1.5, but
It was
It was Oklahoma plus
It was-
1.5. I will be shocked if with Mateer guaranteed to play that this game has not already switched over to Oklahoma as the favorite.
he's not guaranteed to play. He's listed as probable.
Okay, but that means he's playing.
now it's Oklahoma 1.5 favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that flipped
Yeah.
it. Texas now the home underdog.
Does that ruin our bets since we placed it when Oklahoma were the?
Oh no, the
Who's
bets
our?
the bets
Who's
were in.
we? What are you talking
In the
about?
CIB Pick'em
Yeah.
game, we were in.
When we
We haven't.
There were many of us. Let's just leave it at that. Many of us were excited to see Oklahoma was the road dog in this game and jumped all over it. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. I will say though, Texas kind of ruined everything by losing to Florida. This coulda, shoulda been a top 10 matchup for the Red River Shootout here, and instead, Texas isn't even ranked after falling out of the top 25 last week.
deservedly.
Yeah, no, deservedly so. But this,
Yeah, no, you're right.
You
Yeah,
had one job. It's make it into this
Yeah.
game intact here, and you couldn't do it, Texas. Anyway, also at that same time, we have TCU minus 1.5 on the road at Kansas State over on Fox. TCU lost a close game to Arizona State earlier in the year, but otherwise their offense has scored a fuck ton of points and won by at least 2 scores in, I think, all of their other games. And Kansas State is 2-4 with losses to Iowa State, Army, Arizona, and Baylor. So TCU minus 1.5 is an extremely funky line, given their respective resumes, and suggests to me that that's a game that is probably worth tuning in for. Which otherwise I would have said, fuck off, Big 12, with your silly game. We're just going to put Oklahoma and Texas on the big screen and not bother with the split screen. But might be worth keeping an eye on there. It is now 7:30 in the evening. I am back. I am freshly showered after a day of umpiring Little League Baseball and watching my son get his ass kicked in soccer. It's time to turn on the Bulldogs. And we are at the loveliest little village on the plains in Auburn, Alabama. Georgia, the 3.5-point road favorite on ABC. What do we think happens in this game?
I hope Georgia does not lose to Auburn.
Yeah.
We really need Georgia to be up by like 40 in the first quarter.
Up by 40.
Because there's a whole lot else, and I won't be watching anything else if it's close. So we need to get way out in front.
This is a disaster for trying to split your attention. Georgia Auburn
I
being
can't do it.
the 7:30 game at the same time. And by the way, I do not envision Georgia losing to Auburn here. Kirby is not losing to Hugh Freeze.
You're wrong about stuff
Yeah.
a lot.
Of course I'm wrong about stuff
You're
a lot.
jinxing
but
this
Kirby
team.
is not losing to Hugh
sure
Freeze.
fucking
Is
hope
this the same
not.
confidence as you had with the other team?
No, it's different. It's much more
You
distinct.
better not get Alabama swept. You know.
Auburn sucks.
Also, in this window, by the time Georgia kicks off against Auburn, Florida and Texas A&M will already be underway. Kansas and Texas Tech And now this is a big line. All right, first of all, Florida A&M. Florida plus 7.5 at number 5 Texas A&M. A weird game. Florida perhaps no good. But then again, just destroyed the shit out of Texas just last week. And A&M, their defense seems to be pretty good. But I'm not sure that I trust their offense yet. And Florida's defense seems to be pretty good. And I don't trust their offense very much either. So this could be one of those ugly games. I think A&M won a game recently, like 16-9 or something stupid like that. I forget who that was against.
Are you calling an upset alert for this game?
I'm saying keep an eye on it. The 7.5 points on the road, like Florida's dumb, so the road environment probably doesn't affect them very much. That's just everyone knows this. So I suspect that A&M could be in some trouble here. Anyway, same time, Kansas plus 14.5 at number 9 Texas Tech. Texas Tech might well be the class of the Big 12 this year. Here's your chance to prove it, Texas Tech. Go out there and put 100 on a not very good Kansas team and prove it. And so keep an eye on that. I don't think I've watched a millisecond of Texas Tech football yet this season. So that's why and I'm saying this is a quad box. In reality, I couldn't get this down to anything less than a quintuple box, which does not exist. So
we do have 2 TVs.
We will have to put the Georgia Auburn game is going to have to be such a laugher.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We need to be.
That we split screen it on that main TV and then have the
We
quad
do have
box
computers.
Yeah, we're going to run out of feeds, though.
We have a TV down here as well.
We're going to run out of feeds.
Is that how it works?
We only need 3.
We only get 3 feeds with the
only need
YouTube
3.
TV, unless we upgrade to 4K, and then you can have unlimited feeds.
Are they sticklers with the
We could do
feeds?
that.
Like they'll
Yes,
Yeah,
they'll
they're
kick you
always
off.
like, "Hey, asshole, stop trying to watch something on your phone. You got 3 TVs going." And I'm like, "All right, reasonable."
It's not reasonable.
But then they're like, "How about another $10 a month, and then you can do whatever you want." You sicko. Also in this 7:30 window, number 15 Michigan plus 2.5 on the road at USC, currently unranked, over on NBC. That could be a very fun game. If Lincoln Riley's defense is bad and the Michigan team decides that they need to unleash their youthful quarterback there, things could get exciting down there in SoCal. And then also, fifth quintuple box game here. Number 18, BYU, minus 1.5 at Arizona on ESPN2, kicking off at 8 o'clock. Should be a fun one. Oh, sorry, and I skipped South Carolina.
Yes.
Plus 9.5 at number 11 LSU.
Like, fuck this window.
On the SEC network.
I'm pretty sure there's some scalper, or what do they call them, secondhand resellers, who has taken a bath on this game. You know, thinking like Lenore Seller, MVP guy, this is going to be like a big game, so they probably bought a bunch of tickets. The get-in price right now is at $29.
Oh, wow. In
That's
Death
probably a
Valley,
night-
the get-in price is $29 for a night game in Death Valley.
Yeah, top 15 LSU. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Wow. That is what I take to my athletic director if I'm a booster trying to get Brian Kelly fired.
Yeah.
End of conversation.
that is true.
Brian Kelly has to go.
And I happen to be a booster trying to get Brian Kelly fired. I'm just poor.
Yeah. Lenoris is healthy, right? He's playing in this game as far as I know.
Ish.
I think that could be a weird one, too. 9.5 is
Yeah,
a
that
big
is a
number.
big number.
And LSU's offense has not been good because Nussmeier is either injured or not very good or
No, he's
some
good.
combination thereof.
Is there other people on the team that are not good?
All right, let's see. We had the nooner needed 2 TVs. The 3:30 window had 3 games worth keeping an eye on. That 6 games in the evening window. And then we get to the 10:15 window. If you have somehow not had enough football yet, number 21 Arizona
Even if you
State.
have.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have. But what are you gonna do? You gonna put on a fucking movie now or something? You gonna catch up on some streaming at this point? I don't think so. 10:15, turn on ESPN, Arizona State, number 21, plus 5.5 points at Utah. Arizona State is currently undefeated in the conference, but does have a loss to Mississippi State. Utah, on the other hand, got their ass kicked by Texas Tech, which makes the Big 12 one glorious muddle of some pretty good teams, and it's not clear who besides Texas Tech might actually be really good, and this game could be an indication of that. Arizona State catching nearly a touchdown on the road at Utah is surprising to me, though, I must say. I think Arizona State should be all right, even without Cam Scatterboo.
This is definitely a stay-away game, but if you're a degenerate still watching this late, and you got it. So.
You can just watch. You don't have to bet money on it.
I guess that's a possibility, yes. That's what I do. I don't bet on things,
But what? Why not, though?
Because I suck at it.
Much
Because it's more fun. No, it's way better to not.
Speaking
Just see
of,
what happens.
there was a feature in the Washington Post this week, and it was like, Americans can't stop forking over giant piles of dollars to these gambling companies via parlays. The American gambler cannot stop just shoveling money into very unlikely parlays. And this, I'll put a link in the show note. This asshole feature article, it was one of these interactive ones, and it's like, here, click this button, choose heads or tails on this coin flip. And I think it was a setup because I chose tails, and it said, great job. It was tails. And then it gave me 5 quarters in a row next, and it said, pick heads or tails on each of these 5 quarters and see how many you get right. And I got 3 out of 5 right. And it's like, congratulations. You had a 3% chance to get all 5 of those, you dummy. And that's what happens every time you try to
Lane
do
Kiffin in your parlay.
you try to do a parlay. And my thought was, yeah, I know it's super dumb. Also, if I could bet $5 or $10 and see that the number at the bottom of the screen is like, you could make $900 if everything is right. Let's do that instead.
That's the appeal.
Abe over here trying to win me $1.19 tonight.
Slow and steady. The returns are great, if you take the long view.
Yeah. All right, that is the best game in every single time slot this weekend. It's an exciting weekend of college football to come, no doubt.
There is one error, one omission on your part, Bob. You were poo-pooing the Friday evening schedule, but everyone knows that there is a elimination game possibility in the WNBA Finals, which I'm sure you're keeping track of. The Las Vegas Aces versus the, let me see what it says here, Phoenix Mercury are in a 3-0 situation. So I'm sure everybody who is into sports is watching that matchup.
Oh, yeah? Is that why the college football schedule masters decided to not put anything too good on the second Friday of October? Because everyone knows the second Friday of October is WNBA territory.
Also, on Friday night is USF at North Texas, and the line's only...
There's a Game 5...
No, I don't care.
In Major League Baseball, an elimination game, Seattle.
We have 2 TVs. This is fantastic.
Hosting Detroit, and that is what you should be watching on Friday night. That's it was my mistake. Last year, I was using the Friday night time slot to promote all sorts of other sports. That's an oversight by me. The best game on Friday night is the Game 5 elimination game between the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. Watch that. All right, the CIB 2025 Football Pick'em Contest. Cousin Steve got his picks in. He had a good week last week. As we mentioned, he is now in second place, just 5 points behind Lori. He's got Notre Dame minus 22.5 points against NC State. He's got Oklahoma. He got in before the John Mateer news came in. So he's got Oklahoma as outright dogs against Texas for a potential 10-point victory. He's also got Michigan as an outright dog against USC. And then in the NFL, he's going to take the Bengals. Perhaps he had faith in Joe Flacco more than I do. He's taking the Bengals plus the points and the Bears plus the points against the Commies. Lori has gone with North Texas as home dogs against South
Well,
Florida
that's a Friday night matchup.
On Friday.
Yeah.
on
yeah.
Friday night.
What I'd rather be doing than watching baseball.
And then Oregon minus 7.5 points against Indiana. She's got Stanford plus 19.5 points against SMU. Nebraska minus 5.5. I wonder.
Oh, it says 6.5.
Yeah, Nebraska minus 6.5 against the Maryland Terrapins. I wonder if a certain former president might have anything to say about that game. Kansas State as outright dogs against TCU. Lori kind of swinging for the fences here.
Am I?
35-point potential
that's
for
why
Lori
she's
here.
number one.
Already out in front. What are you trying to do here? Rub it in?
I don't care.
Abe, what games are you choosing this
So
weekend?
I have Illinois keeping it close against the Ohio State. I have little confidence in this one, but I'm gonna trust that Illinois will keep it close enough for me to get my 5 points against them. I got in on the Oklahoma action early too. I'm confident that this is gonna go the other way because three of us are. Anytime too many people pick the same thing, and then you have this line movement that is to our benefit. All signs point to Arch Manning having like a great game and winning.
Yeah.
Figuring it out.
Figuring it out. Then I have UCLA plus 9.5 against Michigan State. I forget why I picked this one. And TCU easy win over Kansas State. Easy.
It's a suspect
Easy
line.
one.
And you have one NFL game.
And
it looks
I don't
like.
know what's going on. I mean, I understand that the Chiefs, people think that they're a great team and they've had some losses and this is going to be like a game where they'll show up at home. But the Lions are getting points? I mean, the Lions are clearly better than the Chiefs. Like, what are we talking about here? This is a 10-pointer. Easy.
All right, I'm going to take Mizzou as the outright winner against Alabama.
Wow. So this is, okay. That's going to be something.
Do I think that's going to happen? No, I do not. But I want it to.
So I know you're going to read the rest of these off. This aggressive style you've done in previous weeks, and it hasn't worked.
I mean, if by it hasn't worked, you mean to suggest that I am in last place? Yes, technically, you are correct. But it's not like I'm in last place by like an unfathomable amount of points.
He's winning the quarterback
That's right.
thing.
I can fathom getting closer.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if you hit this week, you're in the money.
Mizzou, home dogs, outright. Oklahoma, on the road. I got in also before Mateer was ruled likely to play, and so I'm going to take them as the road dogs against Texas. I will also take Florida as outright winners. I kept going back and forth between this game and that Indiana game because I feel weirdly confident about Indiana beating Oregon this week.
Based on what? Just the coach?
Thirsty dirtbag Kurt Signetti. That's it. And Fernando Mendoza. So don't be surprised if I lose some money on Indiana this weekend. Although don't be surprised if I lose some money on Indiana by getting the Indiana game right, but by getting like some Ole Miss game wrong. Like something else will be wrong.
I think they're playing
not
someone
betting
weird.
in the CIB football pick'em contest on Indiana. Instead, going with Florida as outright winners because I want Billy Napier not only to keep his job but to sign an extension. And if he beats Texas A&M, they might be writing him a new contract, which would be great. I'll take South Carolina as outright winners. You're telling me I didn't even know this. $29 to get in the door at
According
LSU.
to ESPN's number, yeah.
They just not trying anymore? What's
They don't
going
give
on
a
down
shit.
there?
And I suspect that South Carolina,
They've only lost one game.
Shane Beamer's going to go in there and cause some trouble. So give me South Carolina. Don't need any stinking points to beat the Bayou Bengals down there in Death Valley. And then I will take Arizona State as outright winners against Utah. And those are my 5 games. All of them outright underdog winners for a maximum total score of 50 points this week so that I can hopefully claw my way out of the caboose. That is the CIB Pick'em game, which means it is now time to head to Plains, Georgia, and Heaven, where we will hear live from Jimmy Carter and the presidential lock of the week.
Hello once again to my dear friends at Cast Iron Balls, and also to Eve, who I take it is having quite a run live betting the games thus far this season. I must say, though it sure would be nice if you would just go ahead and share those picks with me before the games are already over. You might have noticed that I'm not having such a good run with the handicapping lately and could use the help. Any which way, not overly much to report from Heaven this week. I was sitting down to watch some television after dinner the other night. Another feast, though I was not hungry. Another glorious bunny, though I find I do not want for anything here. And found that Comcast and Disney are in a carriage rights dispute over celestial broadcasting rights, and so I couldn't watch a Golden Bachelor with my new friend, Charlie Kirk. We thought we could watch some Antiques Roadshow on PBS instead, but it was Pledge Week again, or maybe still, and so we settled for watching CBS, which was just airing a marathon of that Rob Schneider sitcom Rob from a while back. At least the company was nice. That Rob Schneider, what a character, I guess. But on to the gambling. I was looking through the list of games on offer this weekend, and I have to say, what an incredible array of action we have to look forward to, especially Saturday night. Conquest X Eternity, and the Disney folks better get their shit sorted. Post haste. That said, I notice I keep losing the games I'm most excited to watch, so how about I pick a stink up instead? Give me the Maryland Terrapins and the 6.5 points at home against the disappointing Nebraska Cornhuskers and that Dylan Ravioli quarterback of theirs. If that Dylan Ravioli guy is the next Patrick Mahomes, then you can start calling me Abraham Lincoln. As always, enjoy the games with good food and drink, and most importantly, good company, and be kind to one another. For gosh sakes, almost nothing matters besides that. May God bless this great nation and this great podcast. Until next time, this is Jimmy from Plains for Cast Iron Balls.
Jimmy. This is no time to get on tilt. You need to just stay the course. I've had losing weeks before, and look at me now.
The
Not playing.
little behind the curtain here. Cover your ears, kids, if you think that we are going live to Plains, Georgia, and Heaven to hear from Jimmy. I was trying to get the robot to say Maryland Terrapins, and it kept saying Maryland Terrapins.
You made the Maryland Terrapins.
I don't know what a rape pin is, but it didn't sound great coming out of Jimmy's mouth. So I had to modify the input there to make it all work. But yeah, it's tough sledding up there in Heaven.
Yeah.
Trying to have a nice after-dinner TV watch with your buddy, your new friend, Charlie Kirk, and can't even watch the games, and you're stuck watching reruns of Rob. My favorite part of that Rob Schneider CBS sitcom was that it was had that upside-down exclamation mark at the start of the word, and then the regular exclamation mark at the end of the word, because the conceit of the show, which is a sitcom, was that Rob Schneider had married into a Mexican family.
I have no memory of this show at all.
2011 or 2012, I think.
You could be making it up.
I remember screaming about it, watching the previews, like the commercials for it, while we would watch football or whatever. Like it was offensive to me that such a show could possibly exist.
So apparently this was only just for one season back in 2012.
Yeah, there you go.
New this January, Rob and Maggie just tied the knot.
We're gonna go to my parents' house to tell them we got married.
I sent my parents a text. These people are all Mexican.
Fernando, pay the cab driver. No. This is Rob. Oh.
Big family. Well, I feel like I'm at like a Julio Iglesias concert. So, Selena. Oh, sad, huh?
It's a pity. I'm surprised it didn't catch on. Probably because of the wokes in Hollywood.
That and the 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, but maybe that could be all the wokes critiquing.
Rob Schneider, probably radicalized by his inability to find an audience for his sitcom on CBS. You've been listening to Cast Iron Balls, a podcast about sports and how much we don't care for Auburn. With Bob and Abe. Lori's here, too. You can find the show on Substack, brainiron.substack.com, for more from us, including the Billboard Hot 100 show, which just occurs to me now, I didn't edit and post yet this week. So, whoops. Maybe I'll have time to do that tomorrow.
You won't.
I probably will not.
It'll still be true next week.
Yeah, it'll come out eventually this week. There's old episodes you can check out if you want.
No
Also,
one's listening to it.
Cast Iron Brains, our news and politics podcast, culture, politics, whatever. And then the Philip K. Dickquisition, which is the trailer for which has just dropped. It will be a separate feed, generally speaking. It will not just magically appear unless you are a subscriber at brainiron.substack.com. So the Cast Iron Brains feed will not include future episodes or any episodes of the Philip K. Dickquisition. It will be its own standalone thing. Although if you subscribe at brainiron.substack.com, you just get everything. Sorry. I think you can opt out of certain emails if you don't want them, but I couldn't tell you how to do that. But I'm sure there's a way.
It looks like we're in completely different rooms.
I have a very fancy new 4K camera on
I look
my...
like
Oh,
I'm
you do?
outside.
Oh.
Yeah. You can see
Heaven
Lori,
is shining upon me.
You can see Lori much more clearly in my camera, despite her being like 12 feet over my right shoulder.
No, I look better in mine.
Yeah, because there's fewer details.
Yeah.
That was rude.
Make yours smaller.
Brainiron.substack.com for all of that. Maybe with a video component coming someday, if Lori has her way. I think
What do you mean if I have my way?
Sounds like you want to be seen by the public.
No. No, I'd have to keep the fake eyelashes on.
The opening and closing themes of the show were composed by Mark Gillig, tetramermusic.com, Tetramer music.com. For more from Mark. Speaking of heaven, Lori appearing angelic.
Excuse me?
You said that you look like you're...
I said heaven is shining upon me. Don't say speaking of heaven after you say Mark Gillig. Did he die?
No, I was referring to Abe's background. Abe appears to be in the clouds. There's very, very white.
It's a lot of white except for the fuse box.
Yeah, there's a fuse box back there. We gotta get you some
Should hang a picture
some wall
over
art
it.
or something to hang over your electrical box there, Abe.
I'm going for the exposed look, you know. This is life.
Oh, yes.
You've got it.
Abe, did anything else in the world of sport catch your attention this week?
Yes, there's a low character that I want to focus on. LeBron James teased some announcement a few days ago on October the 7th. I think we talked about it. And some people speculated that this could possibly be a retirement announcement. Like, this is my farewell season. And
that's what I assumed.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was speculation. But yeah,
Right.
it's like
That was the
LeBron, the decision too. He's fucking 40, whatever he is. Surely he must be announcing his impending retirement.
Right. So a 29-year-old, Andrew Garcia, got ahead of this speculation and purchased 2 tickets to the Cleveland Cavaliers, Los Angeles Lakers tilt in March of 26 because they thought that this is going to be his farewell tour and this will be his final game.
In Cleveland,
Yeah, in
presumably.
Cleveland. So, you know, and by the way, it's only like $800, right? for those 2 tickets. Not a bad deal,
It's
considering.
a lot of money, though.
Yes. So the announcement came and went. It was for some booze.
It was a commercial for Hennessy.
Yes. No retirement. Now LeBron's out for a month, and naturally the ticket prices have plummeted since, right? So this person got in at $800 for the 2 tickets.
Was he a ticket speculator, or was he a potential just a fan?
He's not saying his posture is that of a fan, but clearly he was getting ahead of it so that he can charge 3 or 4 times the fee that he paid to
Right.
somebody else, right? But he obviously that would not be that would not look good in the news. Anyways, the short of it is he is suing LeBron James for fraud, deception, misrepresentation, and any and all basis of legal recovery is what he's claiming.
Right. Obviously a low character man, as you're suggesting
Yes.
here. Question.
Yeah.
Abe, you are a notorious man, work for the man,
Yes.
IRS-man, I think they call you. Could I write this off as some in some, like, if I bought, as you mentioned on Monday, like, ooh, I should probably check out the Hawks-Lakers
right.
tickets just in case.
You did say that.
And like, what if you had bought $400 tickets to see LeBron's ostensibly last game in Atlanta?
Right.
And then it turns out he's not retiring. And now that is worth $75 or what have
Yeah.
you. Could you write that off to the IRS as a loss?
Assuming that you sold it and you took the
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't do accounting work for the IRS.
Yeah, he wouldn't know that.
I don't know, but if I were to chime in as a private citizen, no tax law should reward this sort of behavior. So I would be against it if I was a lawmaker. You need to eat the cost.
Did you look at the ticket prices for the Hawks?
No,
Lakers?
that thought came and went pretty fast.
as they often do. Did we do an NBA preview show last time, or did we just mention the coming NBA? Abe, quickly, I know you're recording the Biffler tomorrow night. I would like to get out in front of whatever awful hour and a half long conversation you guys are going to have about who's going to win the various titles or conferences or what have you. Tomorrow night. Who's making the finals this year?
That's a good question. First of all, how dare you? The next episode of the other podcast will be focused primarily on the European experience. Mostly,
This will not be an NBA
because I think
preview
the
show?
NBA is in a couple more weeks. I think it starts on the 21st of October. So there's plenty.
Why am I getting all this NBA content in my feed if the games don't even start for 2 weeks? What the fuck are we
they're
doing?
just trying to get ahead of it. So I have not prepped for my finals pick. So I'll have to tell you the next time.
Abe is deferring. Lori, did anything else in the world of sport catch your fancy?
No,
this
I've
week?
just literally been happy about James Franklin losing and Bill Belichick sucking all week.
Well, that's good.
One final thing, like in the off season, like whenever I think back of like the nice parts of the college football season, this is like the period that I always look back to, like October when it's like SEC, like there are just so many games on. There's no there's not a lot of fluff. It's like a very nice few weeks here going into November.
Yeah.
And it feels like fall tonight, best of all. Like
Today fall
we might get a few days in a
arrived.
row of fall.
Nice.
I have just one more thing to add to tonight's proceedings. It will be probably the 5th or 6th time that listeners have heard it, but the first time that you guys have.
Yeah. Pizzle. Let's go early. What we do? I like driving in my truck. He likes to drive in his truck. Auburn sucks. Auburn sucks. I like driving in my truck. He likes to drive in his truck. Auburn sucks. Auburn sucks. I like trucks. He likes trucks. I don't care for Auburn. He doesn't care for Auburn. Hoes.
It's the third time this week I've listened to it.
Tell me the culture has not been meaningfully degraded in the last 15 fucking years.
You know who drives a truck? Gunnar Stockton likes
Oh, yeah?
to drive his truck.
Grunter Stockman likes to drive a truck.
Oh, he drives like an antique truck.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, how come I don't see Gunner like on the local news with some NIL deal with someone? Like he didn't seem.
He doesn't want them.
He's like choosing not to participate in this. Wow, that's weird.
That is foolish.
Yeah,
because he does not have a.
That's right.
He does not have a vast future of future potential earnings here. Grunter, get paid now,
Yeah,
brother.
What are you doing?
He's getting paid. He's just not getting paid extra.
I mean, you don't need the Lambo or anything, but
He drives an antique Ford truck.
that's fine. But he should take, like, whatever steakhouse wants to give him $1,500 or something to show up in their local steakhouse commercial. He should do that.
And they can work around him. They can probably just say like 2 words, and they can figure it out. Stitch together a 30-second spot with his face.
Could grunt a couple words, huh?
He could do the Geico caveman commercials. I guess the caveman was always upset. He's much more erudite and intelligent than the stereotype. And Grunter could show up as not that and upset the Geico caveman even more.
Somebody should pitch him that. That would be funny.
Abe, have you got anything else for us tonight?
Nope.
Well, I guess that's all we've got for you tonight, then. And we will talk to you next time.
Later. These giants, these G-men are hanging around.
Oh, yeah? What's going on there?
20-17 is what's going on. See, if that just straight up pick was a wise choice. The Eagles should win this.
This is the beauty of Thursday Night Football on Prime. Let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS. You just never know. We've had a few of these already this year. Whoever would have thought we'd enter the fourth quarter with an 88% chance of the Giants right now to win this game.
Unbelievable. It's 3rd down and 12. Think about that. A victory formation for the Giants with 2 minutes to play.
Uh-oh. What a fucking penis fingers. What was he doing? Real Muto is pointing to first base. Just throw it to first base, dummy. There's 2 outs.
Oh, my God. What are you doing?
Oh, man, that's great. Eat shit, filth.
Wow.
They're all going to be like, man, we just spent 3 minutes talking about this. We just have to throw to first base. And then this dummy tries to throw it home.
Who's the retard now?
Who's the retard? That's very rude of you, Abe. What's wrong with you?
Oh, boy.
Just throw it to first base, you dummy. Wow.
And also, you're a pitcher. What kind of throw is that? I mean, it wasn't going to be caught anyway, but, like, he just fucking freaked out. If that was a much better throw, he would have been out, right? Like, if he...
Could have been, yeah. All he has to do is touch it. Man, give us the wide view so we know where... Oh, he would have been out at first base. If he just turns and throws to first, he's out.
That would be an error, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, that's...
Oh, man, he would have had him at first base by a mile.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All of my little League buddies are Phillies fans. I get to rub it in their stupid faces on Sunday. That'll be fun.
Yes.
I'm referring to 9 and 10-year-olds who are going to be upset that their favorite team lost.
One of whom, the reason he's a Phillies fan is because he lived at the cancer hospital there, and the Phillies were very nice to the cancer kids.
But I didn't say that he was wrong to have ended up a Phillies fan. Just
rub it in his face, though.
Rub that in.
The kid survived cancer. He can take a little ribbon.
Right. That's the spirit.
Tough little fucker. All right. Talk to you later.
Good night.
The proceeding was created with 100% human content.